you'll be going upon your day and a wave of grief, a wave of emotion will come upon you and make you think of someone that you cut out of your life. And then you start to reflect, should you let them back in your life? Whether it was a family member you cut out of your life, an ex-lover, ex-friend. One of the biggest questions you have to ask yourself in life is who you're going to let in your life, and definitely who you're going to let back in your life. Because if they're not in your life now and they once were, you cut them off for a reason. And to always be direct with you and not to lead you on just for viewership, to summarize things, I mean, that's the answer right there. As I talk this out, should you let them back in your life? Well, remember, you cut them out of your life for a reason, and that's your answer. However, like many things in life, there's no exact science. I can't say that I have the one answer that fits everyone's individual circumstance. Good to see you, Savat. I appreciate you, brother, on a live chat. How's everything with trucking? How's everything with your life, man? Great to see you. I thought about that today. I thought about my father. I thought about a couple people I knew. Some people, I think, watch my channel that may or may not know me in real life, and they think I'm talking directly about them. And so, I always struggle with who I let in my life because I'm a very private person. I like to be independent, like to be by myself. I don't like to be burdened down. Best way to explain it. But it's never based on malicious intent or hurt or whatever. And you can't guilt trip yourself, okay? So would I ever let my father back in my life? The answer is no. I wouldn't. Would I ever let anyone back in my life that isn't? Not really, no. I just don't want to do it. I'm not saying that's right, but for me, whether it's someone I would block on YouTube or someone I know in real life, I just don't want to exert energy anymore. I mean, I'm 40 years old, and what I've kind of come to the conclusion is most people just do not change. And so you have to ask yourself, if most people don't change, how much energy do you want to waste on something that you already figured out what it is? Good to see you, Ice Thesis. I've been thinking about you, brother. Happy birthday again. I know it was your birthday a couple weeks ago. Love you, brother, and I appreciate you. I thought about Ice Thesis too, because I sung happy birthday to him the other week, and I said something funny. I said, well, maybe I offended him. I think about Doug. I think maybe I offended him. He's a viewer that used to watch. But look, I can only be myself. If I have to worry all the time about I think about Marin, because I know Marin struggles with her weight, and sometimes I say big chicks and fat chicks. But it's like, then you get to a point in life where you can't do anything. You're in a prison to other people's insecurities. It's a tough thing, I want to be myself. I don't want to tap dance around my father. I don't want to tap dance around other people, but I don't want to be Donald Trump to you. I don't want to speak nasty just to get reelected. I think, Donald Trump's a disgrace when he does that, but I'm not the president. I'm a YouTuber in my own private space in my private car. Would I ever be friends with someone in my private life that voted for Trump? Well, I would be respectful. I'm respectful of all people. And I would love them, but I wouldn't I wouldn't have long conversation. I mean, look, I know people, I've worked with people that voted for Trump, and I love them and I respect them, but guys, I think the guy's an asshole. How do we get to politics? Because politics is part of life too. Look, there's someone that messaged me the other week and said, Sam, I broke up with my girl because of politics. That's stupid. I said, no, that's serious. Because it's a way you look at life, Like if you love Donald Trump and your wife thinks he's a horrible human being, could you get along? I doubt it, but again, there's exceptions. But it all gets to this thing, like, some people, they hope I don't talk about politics, but they know I'm going to bring it up. Why? Because that's who I am. It's going to come up a little bit in some of my videos. And so if you just sit there, pray that I don't bring it up, you're going to just keep hurting yourself. You're going to ram your head against a wall with a football helmet on. Now, I don't want you to do that. Why? Because I don't want you to hurt yourself. But I don't want to hurt myself by, pandering to you. It's a balance. This is my personal space. Again, in the job site, when you're in a hardware store, Walmart, restaurant. I believe in respecting people and being courteous. But I also know, for me, I believe in being by myself most of the time. So I won't let any people back in my life. Do I want to get together with old friends? I don't. And it's a tough thing for me to say, because sometimes I think about my old friends and their family and all the people that, the hardest part about asking yourself, will you let people back in your life, is people that have done some good things for you. That's the hardest part. But, it's hard to say. Look, time moves on. I mean, everything changes. I don't know, man. It's a tough call. Look, if it was an emergency, certainly, you'd be there for people, but you got to move on with your life. I often share, I knew a girl that destroyed her life because a guy took the criminal charge for her, but she destroyed her life by being loyal to a criminal. There's nothing wrong with, a friend taking the rap for you, but also if that friend encouraged you to do illegal behavior, at a certain point, you have to grow beyond that. And, you have to mature and you have to evolve. You shouldn't be doing the same shit you were doing 10 years ago. And that kind of leads you to the question, should you be having the same relationships that you had 10 years ago? Probably not. I wish it wasn't the case. Guys, I always tell you guys, I didn't create the world. If I created the world, you don't even think about these things. Every day you're just magically happy, okay? Trump said in April, the coronavirus magically go away. Guys, I wish everything was magic, okay? But it's not. I liked when Shaquille O'Neal played for the Orlando Magic and Penny Hardaway, but those days are gone, okay? Shaq could barely get up now and run to the kitchen, so it's not easy, okay? Everything changes. Time is like a river. You can never touch the same spot twice. So look, I wish some of the hot girls, well, at least they appeared hot on their avatar on YouTube, I wish they would come in and say, Sam, I love you. I'm still here with you. But they've moved on with their life. Why? Because, guys, everything changes. Okay? But some of them will come back when I talk about relationships, because that's their biggest struggle. They don't struggle with their finances, maybe. They don't struggle, but they struggle with relationships. Some people, the number one cause of stress is not money, relationships. That's why I often talk about a range of things that most humans struggle with, and relationships. And today, and then we're going to go all off comments, today I had a wave of grief come over me for a moment, where you start to think about past relationships, and you start to ask myself, well, was I too harsh? Should I let them back in? And I think about it for a minute, and I wish the answer was always yes, because I don't like to hurt people. I want to be cool with everyone. But the realistic answer is it'll be a disaster, and it'd just be more self-harm. So it's a tough thing. And again, I am not telling you what to do, even though some people watch my videos and they say, I respectfully disagree, and then they list their grievances. I said, well, bro, or girl, or whatever, I don't know if you listen to the videos, but I basically tell you, I'm just expressing my viewpoints, do whatever you want, okay? But I don't want to hear your list of grievances. Guys, this ain't like, what George Costanza say? This ain't, the listing of grievances. Guys, I don't want to hear your shit, okay? I don't want to hear that you disagree with this, disagree with that, okay? I had a guy message me today, so I disagree with you. I think anyone should be able to be a father, because when I said psychopaths shouldn't be fathers, he goes, I like to take the hard route in life. Well, yeah, do you like to force another human being to have a father that likes to take the hard route? Come on, that's selfish, okay? Guys, do you not need to take a driver's test before you get a driver's license? Do you not need to pass a background check before you get a job? Why wouldn't you need criteria to be a father? Okay, that's the most important job. Okay, so let's take a hydration break. Let me not roll my windows down too long, because I know some people complain about wind. I hear the wind in the mic. I know. It's all right. I'll be positive. I blocked that guy too. I blocked him the other day. He said I can hear wind in your mic. Bro, what do you want me to do about it? I mean, come on, man. I ain't gonna sweat my car just for your entertainment. Hey, guys, I'm barely getting by here. All right, let's stay positive. All right, let's read all live comments, guys. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for joining. Thank you for all my members. Savat, Ball and Thug, ain't seen you in a while. What's up, big dog? Good to see you, man. Appreciate my members. Appreciate everyone who watches. Click that thumb up. Savat, again, good to see you, man. Hope you're doing good on the road. Love to you, brother. Karen's back. Karen knows. Love to Melbourne, Florida. Don. Don's in here too. Don and Karen are both from Melbourne, Florida. Karen, great to see you. Now, I know Karen has struggled with relationships in the past. Karen, let me ask you this. And I love to see you, Karen. You light up my day every day I see you. Karen, what would be your number one piece of advice you would share with someone else about your thoughts, your opinions on letting people back in your life? So, Karen, I would love to hear your opinion. Take your time and type that. Anyone, too, that wants to write that, take your time. What do you believe, in your opinion? Now, I don't normally ask for opinions, but this I'll ask. What do you feel about letting people back in your life? Should you? Type that out. So we got a super chat. Who's coming in hot? I thought we had super chat. What happened? What's number 5? Oh, Savat, yeah, came in. So glad I don't have kids. Well, Savat, me and you on the same page. And no disrespect to anyone that have kids out there, Savat, man. But yeah, look, when you're driving a truck and you're living an independent life, for me, it's less stress. So it's hard enough to drive an 18-wheeler. I give you a lot of credit, man. I hope you're doing great. But look, again, that doesn't mean it's for everybody. But for me and Savat, we like to be single. We like not to have kids. Love to you, Savat, and thank you, brother. And I appreciate you, man. Karen says, this is about letting people back in your life. Unless you want to change yourself, that's a good comment. Unless you want to change yourself, don't let someone back in your life. Karen, that's why I love you. Short, sweet, but powerful. And Karen's been through the wars, okay? And Karen's got a beautiful townhome in Melbourne, Florida. She's got a couple nice cats. And you know me, guys, my heart got broken when I lost my dog. But if you were... if you were stable and you wanted some companionship, you get a cat or you get a dog or whatever, and, you just enjoy your life, and less stress. So Karen, I love you and I appreciate you and I appreciate you still being one. I'm glad to hear from you. I'm glad you're doing well. All right, let's go back to live comments. Thank you again, Savat. VCR, what's up, man? My stepdad cheated on my mom and this topic enters my mind. Well, thank you for sharing. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Relationships are hard to keep together. Look, it's hard enough to keep yourself going forward, and you often hear me express sometimes when I'm sad, depressed, and it's part of life, and it's like I always tell you, it's like if you know the ocean, there's a high tide and a low tide, and every day that's the way it is. And so it is with the human emotions. There's highs and lows, and it's hard enough for me to keep myself going forward. If I had to add, and even like being up here, to be honest with you, sometimes with my mom, that's an extra set of emotions that I have to deal with. I'm thankful for my mother. It's a blessing to spend time with her, but it just reminds me that, look, as far as like ever being in a relationship again, I don't have any desire. I see beautiful women. I've seen some today and I love, and I respect them and I love them, but it's just too much, not worth it. But I understand a lot of people get trapped because I see a beautiful girl and I say, oof, and I understand people go right into that hormone thing, but it's just not worth it. Some people I would let back in, some I would not. Okay, fair comment. Thank you for sharing, Savat. Love to you, brother. VCR, I'm hurt from it. I can understand that. Guys, life ain't easy. Uncle Arthur, good to see you, Sam. It's great to see you, brother. I appreciate you, Uncle Arthur. Ball and Thug. Sam, I feel like you are talking directly to me all the time. On Ball Thug, it's great to see you, man. I love you, Ball and Thug, and I appreciate you, man. I hope you're doing okay, man. You hang in there, guys. Hang in there. Remember, when I'm rambling and just hang in there, guys. That's all I want you to do. Just try to stay positive. Get through the day. I was thinking about that today. Good to see you, Don. I was thinking about that today, that when you have a low moment during the day, a low tide, just remember, live to fight another day. When you have a day where you take some losses, don't go crazy. Just live to fight another day. Get out of there and mitigate the loss, okay? And whatever it is. And so just get through one. And every day, remember to do things that help you enjoy the day. The secret of life is in your routine. The secret of life is in your routine. What does that mean? I push myself after work to go walking on the beach. Now, it's not my favorite beaches in Florida, but it's a beach. And that matters to me to put my feet in the Atlantic Ocean. Obviously while I'm up here, I make sure I go and I have dinner with my mother. Why? Because I'm putting pieces of a good life within my daily routine. Okay, now those pieces change depending on the currents of life, the storms of life, right? But at this point, as I've redesigned my life, and anytime you're going to redesign your life, it always starts with downsizing. So you can be more flexible. You know, Bruce Lee had that quote that the bamboo tree survives storms because it's the most flexible of many trees. But as you redesign your life, you want to construct your dream life within your routine. And your dream life, not just Scrooge McDuck swimming in gold, but your dream life in, okay, if I was a billionaire, what would I do today? Well, for me, I can answer it. I would be in the Atlantic Ocean, okay, which I was able to do today. It was free, okay. I would spend an hour or so with my mom, which I did do today, okay. I would work out. Well, I did some walking today. I'm still not able to go back to the gym. Gyms aren't open yet in New Jersey. So, you know, I did some things that even if I had $1 gazillion, I would still want to do. Why does that matter? Because if you don't start to intentionally design your daily routine, you're never going to enjoy your life. You know, what if you finally get to being a gazillionaire at age, 90, but then it's like, you wasted all those years. You know, someone today was staying at a condo right on the beach. And they stayed for 2 days, but they were elderly. They couldn't walk down to the beach, and they couldn't really enjoy the pool. You know, guys, as you get older, even at 40, I can't do the same things I did 10 years ago. So they were going to leave early and let their grandchildren come to the hotel to stay the rest of their vacation time because they said they can enjoy it better. And we're going to go back to live comments, but I also remember I shared with you guys when I moved to Florida and when I was in the DMV, and in Florida, they don't have a DMV. They have what they call the tax office. That's where you get your driver's license, registration, etc. Okay. When I was in the tax office getting my license, and I told my mom today, I still get inspired looking at my license plates that say Endless Summer Florida. Because I got the $25 extra Endless Summer Florida license plate. I like it. And when I was getting my driver's license, it was very exciting. And I remember next to me, the guy next to me getting his driver's license, he was an elderly man in his 70s or 80s. And he had just moved from Michigan to Florida. And it was his life goal. And he was trying to pick out which custom license plate he wanted, but he couldn't see the different license plates. And it was like, it was taking a long time for him to decide. And I said to myself, I would never say it out loud because I'm respectful. I said to myself, he waited too long to come to Florida. You know, if you can't even see the license plates, how are you going to swim in the ocean? How are you going to surf? How are you going to flirt with Latino MILFs? So what am I saying? I'm saying, guys, you have to learn to urgently build your dream life within your daily routine and seize each moment because time is a ticking. All right, let's go back to live comments. Don, hey, Sam. Love from Florida. Well, you and Karen in here strong. Melbourne, Florida. The Space Coast is in here very strong tonight. Love to you, man. Thank you. Ice Jesus, that's my guy. What's up, Sam? Birthday cake emoji. I'm still thinking about you, brother. He goes, what's up, Sam? I'm starting construction job as a laborer tomorrow. Okay, you're young. You can do that. For the summer before college starts. I agree with that. Any tips for construction first day on the job? Appreciate it, brother. Yes. Bring a set of gloves, a pair of pliers, and a screwdriver. Even as a laborer, it's good to have a pair of pliers in your back pocket, a razor knife to cut boxes, you're going to throw them out, and a screwdriver in case you have to pry on something. So a pair of pliers, a razor knife, a screwdriver, and a pair of gloves. Outside of that, just when in doubt, smile and keep your mouth shut, and don't get caught in gossip. Those general things will help you on a construction site and in any job, but specifically with those tools I said. And if you do that, you'll be good. Now, when I was doing construction, that's how I started, did summer help when I was just getting out of high school. I remember I took a broom that was in a room. It was a laborer's broom. It wasn't my room. I was an electrician. And the laborer came up to me and said, what you doing taking my broom? I said, I saw it. I said, bottom line, be pleasant, bring some basic tools, and you'll be scared as hell. Keep showing up. Keep showing up until you go back to school. Scared, embarrassed. You're going to screw up one day. You're going to have a bad day. You're going to feel awkward. What should you do? Show up the next day. Get your sleep. Be safe. And wear your boots. Good job. Forgive me. Edgar, what's up, man? I agree about cutting those who are not positive influence. I found my family is worse than enemies sometimes. Thank you, Edgar. The tough thing is, some people that you cut off have had a positive impact in your life. Like example, my father helped me get into the construction thing. He taught me some things. He paid child support. So the hardest part about cutting people out of your life is at some time in your life, they did positive things. However, at some times they eventually did enough negative things where you had to make an evaluation to cut them from the team. So that's why it's hard. Okay. And, it's something that everyone's going to struggle with, but just remember, you cut them out for a reason. Don, please be yourself, Samuel. I appreciate that, Don. And that is the ultimate determination on if you should allow people back. If you don't feel like you can be yourself with them in your life, you have to keep them out of your life. Good job, Don. Icethesis, don't let the instigator back in your life. Excellent comment. Instigators are the devil's agents. Good job. Icethesis, I've been really busy searching for a job. Good. And doing self-care. Self-care is a full-time job. Good job. YouTube has a lot of positives, including you, but sometimes it can be a disaster. I agree, especially in the comments. Totally agree with that. That's why I block more people, because I want a healthy community, even if it means growing slower. Good job. Edgar, you create your reality. What you excuse or invite comes back to you. That's interesting and well said. There is that saying that drama doesn't come in your life, you invite it or permit it. And to a certain extent, I think that's very true. Juliana, good to see you, Juliana. Shout out to Australia. Tom, Di, we get to everyone. Icethesis, my high school reunion is coming up in a year or two, and I only communicate with 2 people from high school. Wish them the best, but I already know what a reunion is, just people rehearsing the past. Wow, that's a powerful statement. A reunion is just people rehearsing the past. I never heard it broken down like that. Now, I don't want to be hurtful to anyone who enjoys high school reunions, because I know some good people that went to them, and I love them. But I never went to a high school reunion. Why? Because I have the same mindset of Icethesis. I'm going forward. I don't want to talk about high school football. I don't want to talk about, getting with certain people. I just want to go forward. Again, no disrespect, but I'm in the same accord of you. Ball and Thug, you are like me, Sam, in that you don't tell people what they want to hear. You tell them what they need to hear, and it alienates us from the masses. Well, thank you, brother. Again, in public and at work, I'm a peacekeeper. I'm a get along. I stay to myself. I'm very passionate in my videos, guys. This is me alone in my car. So I don't go like on public street corners and preach. I don't make scenes. I stay very private. And I'm very much even keel person. I'm not like like my videos, sometimes they seem intense, but in public, I'm very mellow. That actually used to be one of my nicknames when I was younger, mellow. I'm very even keel in public. So it's tough bounce. Tom, one finger up, man. I've been watching your videos, man. Keep uploading. It's a disaster out there, man. Glad you're doing well and feeling better. Stay hydrated. Guys and girls, and I tell my mom this every day, drink more water. Hydration is good for your body. Your body is made up of water. You need water. Guys, corona cases are popping. So you got to keep your body healthy. Let's take a hydration break. Click that thumbs up. Thank you again, Savat, for the super chat, brother. Let me read his comment before I take a hydration break. He goes, I cut a friend of 20 years out, but when he hit some hard times, I borrowed him some money. We still don't talk. He helped me out when I needed help. Well, I can understand that. It's very tough when you mix money with friends or family. But I hear you, brother, and I understand that. Let's take a hydration break. Love to you, man. Uncle Arthur. Nobody can say for certain if there's an afterlife. That's true. But we can say for certain that we have this life. That's true. And we owe it to ourselves to live true to ourselves. Well, that's well said, Uncle Arthur. That's good. Well said, brother. Fire emoji to you. Charlie, I was watching Florida videos. Yes. And I found a video on Jupiter, Florida. I made a couple there at some great location in Florida. And found you. Yeah, that's me. And since then, it was no looking back. I'm happy I found you too, guys. Jupiter, Florida, one of the best places in Florida, in my opinion. Big money, but there's some outskirts of Jupiter, Florida that are affordable. Karen, I love you too. Heart emojis. Good job. Good job with the emojis, Karen. Love to you. Love to all my Floridians. Edgar, I'm about to start camping in my Renegade. Thumbs up to you. And you are inspirational. Well, thank you, Edgar. I appreciate you coming in a live chat. I appreciate you leaving a comment. All the best to you, brother. This is what I would tell you and anyone getting ready to go on a road trip or being a full-time nomad. Remember, less is more. Remember, there's a Walmart everywhere. Don't go getting a bunch of camping gear. All you need is a comfortable bed. Put down your back seats all the way, and you can in the Jeep Renegade. Put your front passenger seat all the way forward. Get a camping mat and a foam mattress topper, about $60 or $80. Get a good quality mattress topper. That makes all the difference in your quality of sleep. Get a battery powered fan, and get some netting maybe for your windows, depending on the campsite. The biggest problem with campsites is bugs, especially in the summer. The best time to camp is the fall or spring because that's moderate temperature. In the summer, it's hot. And in the winter, unless you're in Florida, it's cold. So insects and flies and gnats and no-see-ums specifically will make your camping experience negative. And that's why sometimes I prefer to stealth camp over campgrounds if there's a bug issue. Like Sebastian State Park in Florida, which is right by Melbourne, Florida. Sebastian Inlet State Park, it's a beautiful state park. It's right on the Atlantic Ocean and right next to a river. But they got a huge amount of no-see-ums in the summer. It's like unbearable. And they'll eat you alive at night. They almost ate me alive one night. So that's what can make or break a camping trip. Ball and Thug. My number one cause of stress is definitely relationships. Well, that statistically is the number one cause of stress. Number one cause of stress, relationships. Number two is money. So if you have healthy relationships or limited relationships and you got your money right, you're doing better than 80 to 90% of society. Good job, Ball and Thug. Sabat, thank you again for that gracious tip. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you for sharing your stories. Thank you, you and Ball and Thug, for being a member. I really appreciate that, and I don't take it for granted. Frank Breeze, also a member. Thank you, man. What's up, Sam the man? How are you, Frank? Yeah, we're pushing forward. Remember, when you have a bad day or bad moments in the day, remember, live to fight another day. Just get through the day. Don't go crazy. Don't overcompensate. Just get through the day. Good job. Karen, unless you want to change yourself, don't let someone back in your life. Yes, I know I read that earlier, but that's a powerful statement. That's well said, Karen. And basically saying, remember, you cut them out for a reason. And if someone can't accept you for who you are, you're going to destroy your life. Because what I've heard after every divorce is, I lost myself. I lost myself. And you don't want to lose yourself in life, because you are going to be with yourself more than anyone else the rest of your life, more than your kids, more than your parents. You're going to be with yourself more than anyone else. So that's a powerful statement. Let's continue to read. Icethesis. People who bring up the past arguments and fights but can't even search for a job, and they live with their mom, who they curse out all day. Shameful, especially don't let them in your life. Ungrateful. Yep. Now look, maybe they got legit problems, and I don't judge them. And guys, I don't really think about... But look, you have to stand up for yourself, and you have to make an evaluation and say, yeah, look, they're shameful. Now, again, it's not like you're throwing coals on their back and telling the devil to light them on fire. But in your mind, you have to say, look, this person ain't worth my energy, period. And that's what you're saying, Icethesis, and I agree. Lila Zach, what's up? Nomad, come back to Florida. I'll be back. The good news is, guys, it'll be July next week. We're in the last days of June. So I will be in Florida by November. I'm voting, okay? So I will be part of the blue wave in Florida, okay? So by November 1, the latest, I'll be back in Florida. I'm trying to see what I'm going to do with my mom, but if my mom doesn't come, I'll make sure she's all right, but I'm going back. So don't worry, I'll be there soon. Icethesis, how's your mom doing with the smartphone? She's doing great with the smartphone. With her legs and moving, not so much, but at least she's still somewhat independent. Love to you, brother. Hope your mom's doing well. Focused. Did you live with your dog in your Jeep? No. Thank you for the question. Bone Thug, $2 super chat. Here you go, Mello. Sam, other nicknames. Dogsy, Godfather, Dogfather, Big Guy. That's pretty much it off the top of my head. Thank you, Bone Thug. I appreciate that, brother, very much, man. Appreciate you and all your support and being a member. You appreciate it. Thank you, man, very much. Focus. No, I did not live with my dog in my car. I owned my Jeep for 4 years. I've lived in my Jeep for 3. When my dog died, I think 5 or 6 years ago. After my dog died, I was in like a little bit of a zone because my dog had died and I got out of a relationship, a breakup. And I was in a bad funk, man. And I was trying to figure out what was I going to do next with my life, but I had to heal emotionally from my dog and from a relationship. So like every night I would just go for a walk, and some nights I would just cry and just healing. And then about, 5-6 years ago, I said, well, Sam, look, you're at a moment in life where you got to reset. You got to reevaluate what you want to do in life. And it's kind of like a midlife crisis. And I said to myself, all right, well, one is I can't go backwards. You always have to start there, right? Like you can't go backwards. I can't bring my dog back. I can't go back to a relationship that isn't healthy for me. So I said, all right, what does going forward look like? I said, well, one is it looks like I need to downsize because I'm not going to have a family. I'm not going to get another dog. Why do I have this 1,000-square-foot condo? I don't want to live in New Jersey. So the first step for me was start to look at moving to Florida and sell my house and downsize my car. I got out of a lease. I bought a Jeep. That was the first step of downsizing. I visited Florida for a year. Then I put my house on the market and I looked at downsizing options, whether I was going to do tiny house or RV, but neither one of them looked like it gave me enough flexibility because my future was still uncertain. I didn't have a remote job at that time. And I didn't have a clear vision on how I was going to fully be remote and get down to Florida. So when I was looking at RVs, I saw people on YouTube living in their cars and vans. And I said, shit, I could do that. And that's how it started. But my dog had passed a couple years before that. And that was kind of like a pivotal point in my life. Good question. Sanatos, what's up, man? Shout out to Spain, man. Sorry if I said that wrong. Buenos noches, Sam. What's going on? Second parts never were good. Oh, that's a good point. Expecting Back to the Future 2. Well, I agree with that. The sequel is usually a disaster. So bottom line, don't go back. I agree with that. Well said, brother. Shout out to Spain. Spain flag emoji to you, brother. Love to you, man. I appreciate you. Forgive me for saying the name wrong. Die. What's up, Die? Die likes to live on the cheap. Relationships are hard. It takes work. I agree with that. I'm enjoying being single. Less stress. I always tell you guys, if you struggle with keeping a job, if you don't like working, don't get a relationship. Because Die is 100% correct. Relationships are a ton of work and you can never retire. You never retire from a relationship. Actually, at the end of the relationship, it's more stressful. Because either you're going to get a divorce or you're going to be a caretaker or they're going to die before you. And the ending is going to be a disaster. Tom, I'll check out the replay. Love to you, brother. You take care of yourself. Great to see you, man. I'm tough. I've had on and off friends and a couple on and off relationships. I don't regret them because if I didn't take them back, I would have had no friends. I agree with that. I'm very grateful for every past relationship. They've made me a well-rounded person and give me greater perspective on life. And I think you should experience things in life, but you have to be careful not to get too entangled because some relationships take a long time to get out of. Just like if you ever had someone come live with you in your house, it's easy to get them in. It's hard to get them out. Not because they're evil. It's just because it's very hard. So when you start to entangle your life with other people, not good. It takes a long time to sever the tie. Uncle Arthur, thank you for being you. Thank you for that encouragement. You are the only channel I comment on because I can relate so much to your videos. Peace and blessings. Well, Uncle Arthur, very, very encouraging comment, brother, and I really appreciate that, man. Thank you. Thank you very much. Juliana, Australia flag emoji. We've got Spain, Australia. Hey, Sam. Hope you're doing well. I hope you and your daughters and your mother are doing well. If they don't help you grow, you have to let them go. Well, that's a powerful statement also. Yeah, I mean, in life, you have to grow. If you're stagnant or if you're constantly pulling someone forward and they're pulling you back, you're in a tug of war. There's a scripture, I think, in Amos 2:2. It says, can two people walk together but go in different directions? No. So, you got to be on the same page. I agree with that. NY Cam, what's up? Have been loving your videos. Thank you. still in New York, waiting to move to Florida. I've been there. Even when it's hot up here, we never have those palm trees. That's true. And those coconut juice. Nope, that's right. The culture, the environment, the vegetation, the trees, the Latino MILFs. Even though New York's got some hot Puerto Rican chicks. Shout out to Spanish Harlem. But what I could tell you guys is that quality of life in Florida is better. Yes, the summer is very hot. Specifically, like Karen used to tell me, the dog days of summer start at the end of July through September. But it's still better than New York, in my opinion. Good job. So love to NY. You'll get down there, man. Keep downsizing. Ice thesis. I couldn't imagine being a parent during this time. I think about a couple of girls I know that are pregnant right now. That's got to be very stressful because all the kids want to go back to school and they have to wonder if school will start on time and how different it will be. Look, I think the future is definitely going to be remote learning. It was already going that way, but this will push us that way. However, school operates as daycare, and for parents to be able to go to work, they need kind of school to be open. The good thing is, if you are a parent and with your family, you're able to spend more time with them due to this virus. Well, but as society, we were so used to, in America, constantly working and not spending time with our family. So again, for me, I'm a loner, but for many people, you should evaluate that having more time to spend with your family is good. Working from home is good. Now, you'll have to figure out how to balance it, okay? Because you don't want to spend all your time with your family. You still need your own personal time, and you still need to connect with other people outside your family to balance your mind and event. So I think we're going in the right direction, but we're going to struggle a little bit to find the balance because we went from one extreme to the other. We went from working nonstop, 2 parents working, 2 jobs maybe, and now everyone's forced to be home. So that's a huge extreme. So we have to find balance. Die. I've never gone to a high school reunion either. Me neither. Love to you, Die. Appreciate all your comments. Savat. I cut out a friend of 20 years, but when he hit some hard times, I borrowed some money. We still don't talk, but he helped me out when I needed help. Yeah, I know I read that, but that's true. The hardest thing in life is when someone's helped you. Does that mean that you owe them your soul? No. Be gracious and be respectful. But if someone was really your friend and loaned you money, I remember the movie White Man Can't Jump, when Wesley Snipes had let Woody Harrelson borrow some money. And at the end of the movie, like, Woody Harrelson tried to pay back Wesley Snipes, but in doing so, he lost his girlfriend, Rosie, not Rosie Perez, but what was her name? She's a Puerto Rican chick. What was her name? But he lost his girl because he was trying to pay back his friend. And when he did that, Wesley Snipes said, well, why'd you do that? Now you lost your girl. And he goes, I did it to pay you back. He goes, it don't matter. He goes, you should have took care of what you needed for you. Now, eventually the movie ended well, but I remember that lesson in the movie is that, look, you almost have to manage expectation. If someone's going to help you, there can't be strings attached. And there always are, but you have to learn that if someone helps you, you can't destroy your life in trying to return the favor. There's got to be some balance, but there's not an easy answer there. Good job. Isis. Did you hear about the black NASCAR driver who said he was a victim of a hate crime, but the FBI proved it wasn't true? No, I didn't hear about that. I didn't know about that. Isis. I used to be big into the party scene, but now I realize a lot of it's a show. Yep, there's a season for everything. I went to parties, clubs, etc., and that's a good season of life, but you have to mature and grow out of it. That's true too. Die. I bought a 4-foot trifold mattress, okay, for car camping, okay? Very comfortable. I need good, comfortable sleep. Laughing. No, that's true. Your sleep affects your health more than anything else. The average adult needs 6 to 8 hours of sleep per night. I recommend you don't take naps during the day. Now, if you're a senior citizen, you may need to take some. I know my mom does. But I always encourage her, don't sleep too much during the day. Why? Because if you wake up early and if you don't take naps, you are going to be tired come 10 o'clock at night. And that's what you want. You want to be exhausted and you want to go right to bed. Why? Because a healthy sleep cycle strengthens your immune system, repairs your body, flushes toxins out of your mind, repairs your muscle tissues. These are all things healthy sleep does to your body. Karen, my legs have no-see-um bites. Yep, you know about it. All over from a walk on the beach. Juan Ponce de Leon Beach. Isn't that up north? Bad medicine bugs. I understand that. Yeah, the no-see-ums are nasty. It's amazing. I remember someone saying to me once, they were like, Sam, there's a small problem. And I was saying something about, I don't remember what the problem was, but I was saying something. I said, man, it's a small problem. Why you even care? And he goes, Sam, you're right. It's a small problem. He goes, but did you ever have a gnat bite you? He goes, even though it's very small and it's not going to really like hurt you, it's annoying as hell. And so it's amazing that a gnat, a micro fly, can destroy your happiness. One gnat, one no-see-um, which is a very small, like little gnat bug, one no-see-um in your car at night can totally destroy your sleep. And that's a very interesting thing if you think about like a perspective on life. Isis, how different are the baristas in New Jersey compared to Florida? Well, I want to say that I've met, last year was a disaster. This year I got some new baristas. They're positive, they're nice. There's this one girl that looks like a young Madonna. She's cute. But, guys, look, you already know what it is. Florida's popping, man. And there's no comparison. But they're doing a little bit better. But there ain't no comparison, man. Florida for the win. Isis. Yeah, I read that. That was a good comment. Ball and Thug, thank you again, brother. Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, Mello used to be one of my nicknames, man. Ball and Thug, thank you for watching, brother. Thank you for all your support. Appreciate you, Frank, Savat, all my members, man. Thank you. Let's take a hydration break. We'll read the next comment. Love to you, 311. 311. Hello again. Many hope you're doing well. Was just listening to a spoken word about Bob Dylan. Did called Last Thoughts on Woody Guthrie. Check it out. He really helped me out when I was down. Okay. I'm glad someone helped you when you were down. Okay. Will do. Thank you. Isis. What do you feel about Trump threatening people if they take down a statue of Andrew Jackson, a slave owner who also killed thousands of Native Americans? Guys, no, there should be no statues, including statues of Jesus. Even Jesus himself said you should have no idols. Nothing should be carved. Guys, there shouldn't be statues of angels, of Jesus, of Andrew Jackson, of Shaquille O'Neal. Guys, we should be tearing down the Michael Jordan statue. Why? Because, guys, you should be creating history, not masturbating to history. Okay, so in my opinion, whether it's Michael Jordan, Andrew Jackson, whoever, to me, tear them all down, guys. Let's move on with our lives. Isis, good night, Sam. I'm going to go for a night walk, shower, good, and be ready for my first day on the construction site at 6:30. I'm excited and nervous, but I know I can do it. There you go, brother. I like that. Love all your advice and humor. Keep positive, brother. Appreciate you, man. I'll be praying for you, Uncle Arthur. Sometimes you mentioned taking your mom down to Florida. Would you share accommodations or live separately if you don't mind? Well, right now it would look like I would rent a place, make sure she's all right in there, leave during the day, and come at night. But I really wouldn't like even if I get something, I'm a free bird. I got to be out during the day. I'm not the type of person to sit in the house all day. So if I bought something in Florida, if I bought an RV lot, I would probably put like an RV for her or an RV with a second door. Yeah. I don't know how that's going to play out because she's got doctors and stuff up here. Karen, are you still in here? Karen, I wanted to ask you a question. If my mom transferred doctors from New Jersey to Florida, how that process goes, because I know you moved from Ohio to Florida. Karen, let me know if you're still in here. I got a question for you. So I don't know. There's a lot of logistics with that, but no matter what, I would not be in there all day because I got to be outside. I don't really like even now. Like one is I don't sleep at my mom's house. Two is I got to be out. Like my mom tells me, like Sam, if it's hot, like come sit with me during the day. I got to be out. So obviously I would be there for her if she needed me. But I haven't figured that out yet, so pray for me. I'm still thinking about that. Lila, respect your friends' community. Well, love to you, Lila. We respect you. We appreciate you. And Wakam, do you have an opinion on the Key West? The water looks crazy, but what do you think about living there or even just visiting? Now, I don't like it. It's an island, not much going on but boating and drinking. There's lemon pie or kiwi pie. But nah, not for me. For me, you want Southeast Florida. That's where the action is, man. Key West, not for me. Just my opinion. Die. Good luck in your first day, Ice Thesis. I agree with that. Good job, Die. 311. Gonna head off, man. Love to you. Always good to hear from you. Take care. Thank you for stopping by, 311. I appreciate you. All right, guys and girls. I appreciate everyone joining tonight. I appreciate Savad. Appreciate Ball and Thug. Thank you for the tips. Thank you, Frank, also for being a member. Thank you, everyone, for leaving a comment, guys. Really appreciate you guys. Keep me company at the end of the day. Have a great day. Live your best life. And remember, relationships are the number one cause of stress. Remember that if you cut them out of your life, you did it for a reason. Now, should you let them back in your life? You're going to have to answer that, but be careful. All right? God bless.